About to tell God, come on, say thank you again. I just want to thank you. Amen. God knows. My beautiful wife back there, God bless you too, baby. Amen. I'm glad to see them women out there and everybody is here this morning. Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day. And all you potential mothers, happy Mother's Day. Amen. God in Christ. Can you please, ma'am, please, sir, repeat after me? God bless you. Come on, say it like you mean it. God bless you. Elder Keith Moore.
Well, Father, we come before you this day, Lord, humbling ourselves before you and thank you for yet another day to allow us to live to see. Yes. We thank you, Lord, for your grace, your mercy, for the favor that you show us each day. Yes. We pray, Lord, that you'll bless our minds today, be receptive to your word, and that you'll bless us to leave different than we came into. Yes. This and all things I ask you in the name of your Son, Jesus Christ. Yes. Amen. Praise the Lord, everybody. Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. The Lord gave me a message here this past week that was very fitting for today. And at first, I didn't understand it. But first, happy Mother's Day. Amen. And for my text today, I like to use God, a loving both mother and father. You know, it's been 9 years since the Lord called me home. But you know, I'm well blessed because I have a big sister. Amen. And I have a wife, so good. I've been married to for over 30 years, and I thank God for them. And wish my sister, she's always been, she's been my mother, even when my mother was living. You know, the Lord has given me this special word. And this is going to come from today from Luke 1, 26 through 32, Genesis 3 and 20, Genesis 17, 15 through 19. The concept of mother sometimes has a lot of figurative meaning. If you think about it, nations were called mothers. Great buildings were called mothers. The prophet Ezekiel even used mother as a metaphor for Israel. So the word mother sometimes used to describe important cities. When we think of large cities, we think of the influence that they have on things. But if we look at a mother, especially a Christian lady, if we look at the influence that a mother has on a family, all right, she carries the weight and burden of everyone. That's right. And a true Christian mother makes herself last, but she takes care of her family first. But the first one I like to look at here in Luke 1, beginning at verse 26. Let's look at Mary, the mother of Jesus. Gabriel called her highly favored and blessed among women. But Gabriel had to explain to her how was such an impossible thing was going to be possible through her. In verse 26 it said, in the 6th month of Elizabeth's pregnancy, God sent the angel Gabriel to Nazareth, a town in Galilee, to a virgin pledged to be married to a man named Joseph, a descendant of David. The virgin's name was Mary. The angel went to her and said, "Greetings, you are highly favored. The Lord is with you." Mary was greatly troubled at this word and wondered what kind of greeting this might be. But the angel said to her, "Do not be afraid, Mary. You have found favor with God. You will conceive and give birth to a son, and you are to call him Jesus." Now we see here that Mary found favor with God and was allowed to give birth to this child. But not only that, she was chosen especially by God. She was about to give birth to a king a creator, and the only true God.
Yes, sir.
But most of all, Mary was about to be a mother. So we know the value here that God places on mother. She's about to carry the weight of the world and bring in a king. Now, we go a little bit further and look here. I like for us to look at it and think about it. Eve. There in the garden. Eve, the mother of all living things. And we go to Genesis 3 and 20. Here. You know, as I started constantly researching this, these women found great favor with God. But not only that, they were about to play a special part. In Genesis 2 and 20, Adam named his wife Eve because she would become the mother of all living things. The first woman created from one of Adam's ribs to be a helper, a companion to him, but once again, a mother, Eve. We go to Genesis 4, 1 and 2. Adam made love to his wife. She became pregnant and gave birth to Cain. She said, with the help of the Lord, I brought forth a man. And later, she gave birth to his brother Abel. Once again, a woman, but also a mother that God chose to be the mother of all living things, Eve. And when I started reading this more, a lot of times that we don't think or sometimes take our mothers for granted, God has placed them here for a very special purpose.
Oh, yeah.
But not only that, mothers carry the weight of everything on them. And as we see Mary and Eve as so forth. One, the mother of all living things, and the first one to give birth to a king. But not only that, a woman about to give birth that had never known a man, but she's about to become a mother. That's going to face doubt and persecution from people. But God placed her there in that special role for that task. And I thought about my own mother when she was there. You know, my sister and I, not only that, our father, we would go to our mother with everything. All right? All kind of problems, different things would come up. But I never thought about it until I was called to the ministry that God had equipped her to carry the weight of our family and put her in a special place as a mother. Not only to be a mother to her children, but a mother is also a mother to those that's around them. All right. Sometimes when I was growing up, and I know Miss Brown doesn't mind me using her name, she was also another one of my mothers. Her brother and I were the same age. So when we think of the role that women play, yes, this is your day, Mother's Day. That God has set forth, but equipped you to be very special people, to carry the weight of everything. For a true Christian mother endures, puts up, listens to problems, and sometimes sits at night all alone and shares those problems with God. Amen. But God had equipped her to be a mother. Yes. And I thought about the mothers in the church as I come up here in the morning star, little mothers there that sit on the front row, and I remember they wore these little white hats and what I call little hard white shoes. They would correct everyone's children, not only their children, but they would correct everyone. Amen. They were true mothers, Christian mothers, and mothers of the church. Yes. So they were not only mothers of the church, mothers of their family, but they were mothers to everyone. Yes. Christian mothers who God equipped to serve a very person. They had a purpose, and they still have a purpose. And if you think about the love and nurture of God, this is compared to the love and care a mother gives to her children. Not only as newborn children, but as they grow up, they still continue to nurture them. And this is the same nurturing that God does to us as people. He nurtures us. He carries us along. He listens to us. But he still, once again, put these mothers in a special place. And I say once again, to carry the weight of not only our family, but everyone. All right? So when the Lord gave me this, I really didn't quite understand it, but as I got into this, that he had predestined and prepared all mothers for this. But as we look and see in 1 Thessalonians 2 and 7, we see here that this is implying a connection to Jesus and God as being both mother and father. So he doesn't serve just one purpose. God is both mother and father. And here it says, instead, we were like young children among you, just as a nursing mother cares for her children. So we care for you, because we love you so much. We were delighted to share with you not only the gospel of God, but our lives as well. A true Christian mother not only shares her life, but she also shares the gospel, the word of God, with her children. She nurtures their growth, and helps to empower them to grow as Christian people, not only in the church, but in the community. And she encourages her daughters to grow up to be also loving mothers and Christian mothers. So the word mother has a very high title to it. As I go a little further here, we will look at Sarah. Sarah had gotten in her years. But when Sarah was far beyond her childbearing years, she gave birth to a son. As I go to Genesis 17, 15 through 18, we're going to see here. You know, these mothers pray, carry a lot of weight, carry a lot of influence. But God also empowers them to do everything that they do. In verse 15 it says, God also said to Abraham, as for Sarah your wife, you are no longer to call her Sarah. Her name will be Sarah, and I will bless her, and will surely give you a son by her. I will bless her so that she will be the mother of nations. Kings of people will come from her. And once again we see the word mother. Mother of nations. Far beyond her childbearing years. But now she is about to become a great woman. And looking at all these women, they carry titles. Mother of all living things. Mother of Jesus. Now we see a mother of nations. A great responsibility. A lot of weight on their shoulders. But yet equipped by God. But not only being equipped by God, they had to have faith and believe that God had chosen them for this purpose. For this very job. They had to walk in faith. But God sent a messenger, an angel, to let them know and to assure them that they could walk this walk with faith, knowing that God was in charge. And people, this also applies in our lives, that we have to walk a life of faith, believing and knowing that God has placed us here for a purpose. Not looking at those things that are behind us, but the things that are set forth in front of us, knowing that we have been equipped by God to do these things. But first, we must be born again and have a relationship with God. But in this walk, we can be victorious in knowing that God is in control. I like to look at another woman here, Rebecca, the wife of Isaac and the mother of Esau and Jacob, was blessed to become the mother of tens of thousands. As I go to Genesis 24 and 60, we're going to see where she was also blessed. And they blessed Rebekah and said to her, our sister, may you increase thousands upon thousands, and may your offspring possess the cities of their enemies. These are just some of the women that God used for special purposes. Not only women, but Christians, but women who had a relationship with God. Women who could be victorious in what God has called them to do, if all they had to do was just have faith. They had to run this race, same as the race of life that we have to run, keeping our eyes on God, knowing that He's in control. That no matter how things look, how they appear, what people say, that all things are possible through God. Mary, never known a man, giving birth to a child. Sarah, for the young childbearing years, and still blessed with a son. Eve, the mother of all living things, created from one of Adam's ribs, but all equipped by God. In doing these things, we have to learn to give our problems and our temptations to God and not be hindered by the things of the world to be successful in what God has called us to do. Because if He's called us, He will equip us. And if there's a job for us, He will give us the necessary tools that we need. Because God desires us as children to give our testimony to each other, to encourage each other, to lift each other up. But we know that by the shedding of Jesus' blood, the price has already been paid. Yeah. And I like to go into Hebrews here to read that we have to operate in faith. We have to believe that God can do what He said. Amen. Amen. But we know He's not a God that can fail, slack on anything. The same thing He done for these mothers here, that He can do for each and every one of us. God has given us all promises. And we know to be a God, but He's not a man, He cannot lie. Amen. In Hebrews 11, we're going to see once again faith and God's promises at work. Now faith is confidence in what we hope and assurance about what we do not see. This is what the ancients were commended for. By faith we understand that the universe was formed at God's command, so that what is seen was not made out of what was visible. By faith, Abel bought God a better offering than Cain did. By faith, he was commended as righteous when God spoke well of his offerings. And by faith, Abel still speaks, even though he is living By faith, Enoch was taken from this life so that he did not experience death. He could not be found because God had taken him away.
All right.
But before he was taken, he was commended as one who pleased God. Amen. The things that we do in life, we have to do what's pleasing to God. Amen. We have to do God's will and not our will. Amen. We have to set ourselves on a path where he will be glorified in our life. That people can see the Spirit of God at work in us and search after him and what he has for us. You know, God has many promises and great things for us if we just ask him. As I go a little further here, it says, and without faith, it is impossible to please God.
Yes, sir.
Because anyone who comes to him must believe that he exists and he rewards those who earnestly seeks him. And I looked at these women here. For a moment, each one of them were in doubt. But as their faith grew, they knew that God had equipped them for the job that they needed. But he doesn't only equip mothers. He has equipped all of us as Christians to do his will. Yes, sir. But what we have to learn to do, people, is keep our eyes on God. Satan tries to trip us up and blind us and make us think that God can't use us. Amen. Because of the false things that we've done. But we know from the word here that Jesus has already paid the price for our sin. The price has been paid. But what we have to do is walk forward, keep our eyes on Jesus, and have a vision set in our head that all things are possible through God. Amen. Amen. And we see evidence of this. Yes. Mary, Eve, Sarah, Rebecca, just a few women. But we can't allow ourselves to be deceived by Satan and say, God can't use you because you've done this or you've done that. Even before we were conceived, God knew the things that we were going to do, the mistakes that we were going to make. Yes, sir. And he's already prepared us and equipped us. So we have to confess and repent, put the devil under our feet and move forward and be encouraged by the same God that has done these miracles here can also do miracles in our life. Amen. God has a purpose for everything. There's no one that God has placed here that he doesn't have a purpose. That's right. And I always tell people there's nothing too small to ask God for. There's nothing too big to ask God for. That is only a trick of the devil to tell you, well, no, that's too small. You don't have to worry God with that. God can do anything. But we tie his hand and limit what he can do in our lives when we don't ask him. What does the word tell us? Ask, and it shall be given. Seek, and you shall find. Amen. And the door will be open. So we can't let Satan deceive us by not asking or going to God about anything. And I don't care if it's something that you lost in your house that you're looking for. It can be a key. I say, ask God. He'll help you find it. Yes, sir. And if you think your prayers are amiss, we pray and ask God to help us not to pray amiss. And God has done for these ladies here. He'll do for anyone. And those are just a few women in the Bible. And a few promises God has given us all great promises. And have promised to do things for us. So we can't be deceived by Satan by not asking. We have to ask God. Go to him in prayer with sincerity. If you're not sure, ask him. Amen. And I always say, God's not looking for those big words or nothing. know, don't care where you live, you can live in a brick house or a cardboard box. He's still God. And there's no prayer that he does not hear. For he's God. And I tell people, everything that goes on in our life, God knew about it. So there's no such thing as God, oh, I slipped up and made a mistake. He already knew before that. That's why he's both a loving mother and father. Stand to your feet. And, you know, I don't believe in adding to or taking away what God has given. He has blessed me to give the message that he wants to give. That he's both mother and father, creator, king. God knows all, hears all. He even knows the thing before we even ask him. But he wants us to ask. He wants to see how sincere and how devoted we are as Christians. Yes, sir. He wants to see if we'll take time out to come and ask him. He knows what we're going through. He knows the problems. He knows the sickness. He knows the illness. You know, I tell people, I still amazed by doctors, but I thank God. Because for those who don't know, you look at me and say, wow, big old health is strong. I'm a very, was a very ill person at one time with cancer. I have no large intestines. I have a half stomach. Most of my insides are gone. My man's right, I shouldn't even be here. But you know, I thank God for each and every day. Because I tell people, this ain't my dime, this is God's dime. Whenever he cashes in, it's fine. I'm not in no hurry to go, but I'm good with it. Because he's given me that assurance. And I know that my life ain't his. I mean, my life is not mine. My life is his. Doesn't belong to me. I used to think it thought it belonged to me. But God is real. All you have to do is take time out with him, talk to him, have